Hello and welcome to this beginner's guide to HTML and CSS. This video is the first of many which is going to be uploaded on this playlist. So without further ado, let us start off. First, I would like to suggest a few text editors which you might want to use if you want to edit HTML code. So the first I would like to recommend is Sublime Text, Notepad++, gedit, Gianni, the one which I'm using right now. Then we have the Emacs and we have Kedit and so on. I guess you will find your flavor amongst these. Notepad++ is available only on Windows. You have Notepad QQ, which is available on some Linux distros. The remaining are available on Linux distros. The inbuilt text editor of OS X is sufficient for the task. So let's move on. So the first thing an HTML document contains is this doctype HTML tag. This tells the browser that this is an HTML5 document. The next thing is an HTML tag followed by the closing tag. These two are called container tags as it contains other tags in between them. And in between these two tags, the remaining HTML code is written. The other examples of container tags are the head tags and the body tag. So as you can guess, the HTML document is divided into two halves, the head and the body. The head tag has some other tags inside it too, like the title tag, which is also a type of container tag, the meta tag, which is a single tag, i.e. it doesn't need an ending tag, it just exists on itself, and then we have the style tag. We also have a link tag. I'll discuss all of these in great detail. The first one which comes is the title tag. The title tag gives a title to your website. Have a look at this. For example, we have home.cora and it shows home Cora. Or you go and you open the Jokester Home. This is my personal website and you have this title, the Jokester Home. Or you open up Google, and you see it's written Google. It's basically the title to the web page. So is open, give our web page a title. So I give it the first HTML page. This is the title of my web page, and I'm going to save it as in my documents folder, and I'm going to save it as first.html. Remember to put this .html extension, and I'm going to save it. Okay, so next I move on to my files and I click on this and it gets opened on my Chromium web browser, and here you go, you have your title to the web page, the first HTML page. The next thing you have is the meta tag. The meta tag is a series of web information which is given to the web browser regarding your web page. We'll discuss some of these meta tags, so I'll go ahead and just show you how to describe a meta tag. The first one I'm going to show you is the keywords meta tag. So you write in name, meta tag space name, and within apostrophes you write keywords, and then you have the content attribute of the meta tag. This is the content which is related to the meta tag. So since this meta tag is of type keywords, the content would obviously be the keywords. So let us give some keywords to this web page. First, HTML tutorial. Now let me talk about this meta tag by the name of keywords. This is the meta tag which helps search engines search you with the help of these keywords, these three keywords, or any keyword which you provide in this content section. I would like to mention Google doesn't use this meta tag to search you up. Google has other meta tags which you'll learn later on after you learn web designing. So this is used by other smaller search engines to look up your web page, given it is popular enough. The next meta tag I would like to describe is the description web meta tag. Description basically contains the description of your website. So the content section will contain your description of the website. The first HTML page is what I write in the description. As you can see, its name of the meta tag, that is description. Similarly here, its name of the meta tag is keywords. Content is equal to the content of the meta tag. Here previously it was the keywords which was in the contents. Now it's the description which is in the content attribute. Next one is a bit different. It is the HTTP equivalent attribute. This HTTP equivalent attribute goes by the name of refresh. Refresh attribute the refresh value helps your web page to refresh, tells your web browser to refresh this web page after a certain interval of time which you give in the content section. In the content section I put in 5 seconds. This thing is in seconds. Whatever value you give is in seconds. So if I write 5, it means 5 seconds. So this tells the web browser, this meta tag tells the web browser that the web page needs to be refreshed after 5 seconds. Now suppose after 5 seconds you want to redirect to an external web page or some other website. So you can do it using this URL tag which you put after a comma, as you can see here. So I put in the URL as https://google.com. So as you can see, I have used refresh to take me to google.com, and this is the meta tag. This is a very useful meta tag just in case you're doing something which requires you to redirect to some other page or keep the website updated every few seconds or so. So that's about it. I'll delete this meta tag since it's going to be pretty irritating later on during the tutorial. So let me delete this and save my document. The next part we are going to is in the style tag. The style tag enables us to obviously stylize our web page. There are 3 types of CSS or cascading style sheet styling. One is the inline styling, which you do inside the specific tags like body, head. Inside these tags you style these individual elements. This is called inline styling. You do it somewhat like this: body space style, and then you put in some values for that. We'll talk about that a bit later, towards around after 9 or 10 tutorials later. The other way is called the internal styling. That is what you do in between these 2 tags. In between these 2 tags you put in style sheet basically, which stylizes your entire web page. The third way is external styling, which you do with the help of this link tag, where you link an external style sheet, and hence that helps you style your web page. So I'll remove this for now since it's of no use. The next tag I want to move to is the link tag. The link tag enables us to, as I have mentioned earlier, link documents to this HTML page. That could be an external style sheet, that could be an image which I want to use as a fav icon. Let me tell you what a fav icon is. When you this beside Facebook, you watch this small icon. This is a fav icon. Or let me open my web page. I have used a fav icon on my own web page. This is a small art of the Joker from Batman. This is a fav icon. Similarly, the Google fav icon looks something like this. Very popular, the Google fav icon. So the link tag basically enables us to link external elements to this page. So I'll delete that for now. So basically we have discussed most of the tags which come under the head tag, and now I would like to move on to my body tag. Inside the body tag, the first tag which I would like to discuss is the header tag. The header tag ranges from H1 to H6, with H1 being the largest and H6 being the smallest. The size decreases as we move from 1 to 6, and I'll demonstrate that in great detail. I'll write heading here and just Control C, then I do H2, Control V, H3, Control V, sorry, H4, just put in a few spaces, H5, Control V, H6, Control V. So I have put in all the header tags possible, and let's see how the size varies. Let me save my document, move on to the Chromium web browser and refresh. See, this is the H1 header, this is the H2 header, this is the H3, and the size decreases from H1 to H6. The next tag is the paragraph tag. The paragraph tag is denoted by P, and whatever you include in between these two container tags is your paragraph. So let me look up some paragraph on the web. Suppose let's go to open source. See, I want this paragraph, open source software. I copy this, I go ahead and paste it here. So let me save my document and check how it looks. So this is your paragraph. Now what I want to show you is, by pressing enter 3 times, I put in 3 new line characters in between software and developed by. I save my document and move to my web page, refresh, and I see no change has come as a result of the new line characters inserted. This is because HTML is new line insensitive. So to insert a line, to insert a new line, or rather to create a new line, I need to put a tag by the name of BR. This BR tag tells the web browser to cause a line break. And let me save my document. I refresh and see, a new line has appeared. Another another tag which is important in paragraph formatting is the HR tag, or the horizontal rule tag. This causes a horizontal line to be drawn through the web page. Sorry, I forgot to save my document. See, a horizontal rule is drawn across your web page and separates the paragraph into 2. So suppose if I had 2 paragraphs, let me go back to open source. and take another paragraph. Suppose if I had two paragraphs and I had to separate it using a horizontal rule as a part of formatting, or because I wanted to separate them and make them look distinct, I could do it easily using this horizontal rule. Pretty long. So I put in the HR tag and then paste it. So let's go to my web page, and did I forget to save again? Let's go to my web page and check it out. See, two paragraphs separated by a horizontal rule. We can format this horizontal rule and make it look more cooler. We'll learn that later. For now, we'll just discuss the basic tags which come in. The next tag I want to discuss is the link tag. The link tag is a container tag. First of all, is given by A. In between these A tags, whatever you insert is your link. So in between these two, if I have an image or text, that gets converted into a link. So the first thing in a link tag is the href attribute. The href attribute is basically the address to which the link will point to. So let me copy this opensource.org address and paste it there. So my link, whatever I write in between these two container tags, that will be my link and it will point to this address. So let me write link here and save my document. So when I refresh it, I have a link here. Let me open this link in a new tab so that it doesn't take away my page. See, it gets redirected to this open source page. So it works pretty fine. So the next thing I want to show you, so this is basically the basics of the link tag. I would like to stress on basics because there's a lot to the link tag. The image tag is obviously the used to insert images. The image tag is given by img. It is a single tag which doesn't have a closing tag, and has an src attribute which describes the source from where you are obtaining the image. So I would go to my internal files and I would like to take this picture and put it on my web page. So the name of since it is on the same folder as my HTML file, so I'll just have to name the file to link it to the web page. So I'll just put it as image.jpg. Sorry, it was kolkata.jpg, and I'm gonna save it and move to my web page, and lo and behold, I have my picture. Now this sometimes might get scaled out of proportion, or it might be bigger than you want it to be, so you can scale it using the height and width attributes. Now generally when you specify any one of these, the other gets automatically scaled as per the aspect ratio of the picture. So suppose if your dimensions was height equal to 100 and width is equal to 200, and if you wrote only height equal to 50, then the width would be halved by default. So I'll just show you how it affects the pictures. Let me make the height equal to 100 px, save my document, go there, refresh. The height of the image automatically decreases. Now suppose I want to make my image wider than its aspect ratio, then I might specify 200 px and save it. Now you'll see that I am able to deform the aspect ratio. I can even go further and put it up as maybe 800 px. See, you're able to stretch the picture beyond its aspect ratio. So this is how you format the height and width, rather the dimensions of an image. Now as I said before, whatever comes in between these the link tags gets converted into a link. Now we have been nesting tags all this while. For example, in between the HTML tags we have put in the body tags, then in between the body tag the h1, h2, h3, the header tags were nested. We have the paragraph nested inside the body tag, we have the link tags nested inside the body tag. Similarly, we can take this image tag. Let me just reduce the size a bit, it would look very odd, so let me just put it as 200 AX. In between these link tags I can copy this image tag and put it in. One second, let me delete this so that it doesn't pop up. Control S. I have put in the image tag in between these two A tags, and I expect my image to get converted into a link. So let me save my document, move to Chromium. I have my link here. Let's see what happens. Okay, it gets converted into a link. So whatever you put in between these A tags or the link tag gets converted into a link. So whether be it an image tag or a table, which we will discuss later, or a list, anything which gets inside this A tag gets converted into a link. We can convert an entire paragraph if we want. Suppose we wanted to copy and paste this paragraph in between these A tags, it would get converted into a link. So that's all for the first tutorial. Like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Join me back in the next video.